Thanks for watching Paradise Press JA. Here's a quick list of 5 LGBTQ Caribbean TV stars that made an impact on TV history. Pedro Zamora. In the early and groundbreaking days of reality TV in 1993, Pedro Zamora became the face of gay men of the 90s by sharing his story on the hit MTV reality TV series The Real World's 3rd season. Set in San Francisco, 8 young strangers from around the United States from different communities gathered in one big house to learn and deal with each other's differences. Pedro Zamora was born in Havana, Cuba, and moved with his family to Miami, Florida in his childhood, and would share his story of being an openly gay man and living with HIV on the show. Pedro would become a health educator, teaching young people on how to protect themselves from HIV, and would share his work with his roommates, while also teaching an entire generation of young people watching the show what it was like being a gay man and living with HIV. Pedro would marry his partner, Sean Sasher, on the show in a small ceremony, becoming the first televised gay wedding in TV history. Ricky Martin. By now, most watchers will be familiar with one of the biggest Latin pop stars in the world, Ricky Martin, who has been working in music and entertainment since the 80s. Martin would become one of the star members of the hit Puerto Rican boy band Menudo in 1984 and would sing hits like Rayo de Luna and Hold Me before aging out of the group and moving into acting in the early 90s. Martin would gain more notoriety by becoming a soap opera TV star in the early 90s, on shows like The Love Boat and General Hospital. In the late 90s, Ricky would re-enter pop music and would help usher in a global pop Latin music wave with his breakout smash hits Livin' La Vida Loca, She's All I've Ever Had, and She Bangs, which topped the charts in America and Latin America, instantly making him a global superstar. Ricky Martin has balanced his music and TV career by constantly releasing hits and appearing on hit TV shows like Glee, American Dad, and RuPaul's Drag Race. In 2010, Martin would come out to the public as a gay man after becoming a father to twins via surrogacy, and explained his years-long battle with coming out to the public because of his public image. In 2018, Martin would gain critical acclaim yet again for his part in the dramatic crime series American Crime Story, the assassination of Gianni Versace, playing the real-life story of Gianni Versace's lover, Antonio D'Amico. Dalton Harris. Dalton Harris is a Jamaican powerhouse vocalist who was a reality TV star in Jamaica before becoming a reality TV star in the UK on the hit reality talent series The X Factor. Harris got his start in music as a teenager, becoming the youngest winner of Jamaica's popular singing competition series Digicel Rising Star in 2010, earning him a $1 million Jamaican dollar prize. He would soon sign with VP Records, one of the world's top reggae record labels, and would release several popular reggae songs for several years before heading to an even bigger musical stage in 2018. Dalton Harris would compete on the 15th and final season of the popular reality series The X Factor, immediately winning over the infamous and critical Simon Cowell over with his amazing vocals. Week after week, the judges were impressed with his voice, and Harris also gained pride from many Jamaican fans in the UK, back home, and internationally for representing Jamaican excellence. Not only would Harris win X Factor's very last season, his duet with James Arthur, The Power of Love, would reach number 4 in the UK pop charts, becoming his first hit on the international charts. In 2020, Dalton Harris opened up on social media about being pansexual, and eventually would also talk about becoming a gay father on his social media as he continues to work in music and theater in the UK. Dominique Jackson. Dominique Jackson is a groundbreaking trans actress and model who was a part of one of the most monumental TV series for Black trans people in television history. Dominique Jackson, born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago, is one of the breakout stars of XS's TV series Pose, which premiered in 2018 and showed a side of Black trans women's stories that had never been depicted on TV. Dominique Jackson would play Electra, a seasoned and tough-skinned house mother in the house and ball community in 1980s New York. Black and brown LGBT people formed houses or families and competed in pageants and competitions in the underground balls in New York to earn trophies, win prizes, but also celebrate their resilience as a community. Electra is a fan favorite character of the series who will stop at nothing to win the balls each week, and also has her mind on her money and stability at a time when life was incredibly difficult for Black trans women to find a means to survive. Jackson was also a part of the groundbreaking fashion reality series that starred trans fashion icons, Strut, in 2016, and she also had a starring role in the fantasy action series American Gods in 2021. After leaving Trinidad and Tobago for New York in her youth to find more support for her trans identity, Jackson found support in the house and ball community, and besides playing a house and ball legend in the series Pose, she would also become a guest judge on HBO's House and Ball competition series Legendary in 2022. Monae Exchange. Though born in Brooklyn, New York, drag superstar Monae Exchange comes from a St. Lucian background and lived there for several years before returning to New York and becoming a popular drag entertainer. After jumping into the New York drag scene in the early 20s, Monae would join the 10th season of RuPaul's Drag Race and would become a lovable fan favorite personality that season. Though Monae wouldn't initially take the crown that season, she was voted Miss Congeniality in her season, showing her talent and charisma on screen. In 2018, Monae Exchange would come back to Drag Race in the 4th season of Drag Race All-Stars, and this time would take home the crown in a double crown winning alongside Trinity the Tuck. The drag superstar came back for the 7th season of Drag Race All-Stars, the only all-winner season in the franchise's history, winning 3 weekly challenges overall and coming in a close second to the winner, Jinx Monsoon. Monae has had her own talk show, The Exchange Rate, in 2019, has been a guest on countless TV shows like The View, The Bachelor, and The Kelly Clarkson Show, has several podcasts, including her popular show Sibling Rivalry with her drag sister, Bob the Drag Queen, and is now becoming a popular touring stand-up comedian.